Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining us. This is Mwananchi Digital and my name is Anna Portness. Just to remind you that last year we had our very first edition of the Citizen Rising Women, and it went pretty well, and now we're doing the second edition, and the big event will be taking place on 8th of March at Serena Hotel. Now we're doing interview with different women who have succeeded in their career journey. The aim is to empower these women, but also to inspire young girls who want to achieve their goals in the future. So with me today, I have the beautiful Aika Mongi, who is the nursing director at Aga Khan, and we'll be talking about women in leadership and how she got to where she is today as a leader. So I welcome you all to join us through this entire interview. Hopefully you're going to learn a thing or two. So hi Aika, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you, Anna.
How is work and everything?
Work is busy, but good, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you very much for taking your time to do this with us today.
Thank you.
Okay, straight to the point. Okay, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, how did you get to where you are today as a director of nursing?
Okay, so my journey, as I said, started 18 years ago.
Yes.
Where I first did my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. It was a desire that I had in reflection to what my dad was doing. My dad was a pastor in service. I felt the desire to join a profession that offers service. We all know nursing, as most would say, is a vocational profession. And that is changing over time, but I still believe that there is a component of it being something that comes from the heart, and a good nurse will stand out if they're demonstrating nursing from the heart.
Okay. Yes. So, growing up, I knew what I wanted to do actually, but my mom, she wanted me to become a nurse. But then I disappointed her and I did something else. So I want to know from your side, did you always know what you wanted to do or what you wanted to become when you grow up?
You know, I knew I was in science. Science was more my forte throughout my high school years. When I went into nursing, it was a way of me probably enhancing maybe more into a medical field. But I must say, when we started doing practicals, as most nursing degrees go through, I actually started enjoying spending a lot more time with patients, and it became just where I belonged. I just thought this is where I should stay. I did further more training into nursing after I did my bachelor's, where I focused into critical care nursing, and I did postgraduate certification in critical care nursing. And this is nursing in ICU, in the intensive care unit. And it can be daunting for some. However, for myself, I felt I needed to sort out patients, because in ICU, a patient is as sick as they can be, and you're pretty much the person that you will be with that patient in their worst moment.
Okay, so as a leader, as a female leader, what's your take on mentorship? First of all, I want to know, do you mentor anyone, apart from like you're a leader, but do you mentor people? Do people come to you and just want your mentorship advice in life, apart from work? I want to know from that before we go to another question.
Apart from work?
Yes.
Yes, I do have little cousins and a little sister. I do mentor her in one way or another. But however, in my role as a nurse,
Yeah.
in leadership within the healthcare system, I do believe mentorship has a huge role in probably strengthening the profession, not only within the hospital setting, but at a more holistic picture outside, through the communities, through even education and schooling. So yeah, I believe that there is a huge role that mentorship plays.
Okay, so there's still a lack of diversity. So you have an 18 years of experience as a nurse. Yes. I want to see or know your take on this. Why do you think there's still lack of diversity?
I still think there is lack of diversity. If I could focus on one aspect in Tanzanian nursing, it's probably the nursing specializations. You know, in the curriculum of nursing, you'll start off by just doing general nursing, which encompasses midwifery. So you'll find most of our nurses are midwives with general nursing. However, when it comes to the actually services in healthcare, the specializations is where there is a little bit of a gap. So, and I can talk about, let's say, oncology nursing, I can talk about pediatric nursing, neonatal care nursing, even endoscopy nursing, nephrology, which is dialysis nursing. So there is a bit of a gap there in terms of specializations in nursing.
Okay. Yeah. As a woman, why do you think there's still the number of women who are on top position or leaders is still not the way we want it to be? What do you think is the biggest problem? What is causing all this?
All right, reflecting back again on nursing, I believe nursing has always been considered, it is predominantly female to start off with. I mean, our founder, Florence Nightingale, she was a female back in the 19th centuries. She reformed a lot of things, and she was the founder of our modern nursing. I mean, I believe it started off there, whereby people have always perceived that it is a predominantly nursing profession. However, times are changing. We're seeing a lot more males in nursing.
Yes.
And I believe there might be what we call implicit bias towards this, whereby biases are not specifically said out loud, but they're perceived or subconscious perceptions about what a nurse should look like, what gender the nurse should be, age groups of nurses. We always maybe recall seeing an elderly or more mature woman being a nurse, but times have changed. If I can specifically talk about my team at Aga Khan, I have a very strong team of middle management nurses who are actually predominantly male nurses. They're keen, they're just as good nurses. So yeah, I think we're moving towards that in the near future.
What do you think, in your own opinion, should be done to increase the number of women on leadership position or managerial levels, since the number is still low?
I believe in hard work. I believe someone has to believe in themselves, first and foremost. I also think that, and I would advise this for the young women who are wanting to come into leadership or in management positions, to combine the two, but also be able to negotiate what they deserve.
I believe you have heard, there's a saying that women bring other women down. You know, have you heard of that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, what's your take on that as a leader and as a woman? Do you believe in that?
There have been circumstances where I've actually encountered that. However, I do not believe in it. I do stand for women actually bringing each other up. And I think this is an area whereby we need to work together for us women, specifically now for us women in leadership, whereby, we should be advocates towards that to the upcoming younger generation. Okay,
so as Director of Nursing, one of your role or responsibility is to take care of career development of the nurses, right? So I want to know, what would you say is your leadership style?
I'd probably be more participatory. I do have moments where certain styles come up a lot more than others. But I do have a very soft side towards my leadership style. And I believe that within the group that I have and the profession that I'm in, that we cannot escape, because at the end of the day, I'm still a nurse at heart. And when it comes to driving my team and driving teams, it's always been standing out that there is a participatory. But yes, there's still another style of me that is a little bit more aggressive towards getting some agendas done.
So Aika, you have had the privilege to work in Tanzania and abroad as well. What would you say is the biggest challenge that you have faced so far?
One of the first things that come to my mind would be the climatizing myself, reorienting myself back to Tanzania and working with the Tanzanian workforce, nursing workforce. That is one. And as I've climbed through my profession, it's been probably the self-doubt that I have within myself and about my performance. But if I can take us back to the key point on mentorship, whereby I've seen it actually working in my life, in my career, whereby you have good mentors and people who believe in you, plus of course your effort and your hard work that has actually taken me to where I am now. I've had great mentors within the Aga Khan Health Service who are top leaders at the moment within the institution and the health service itself that have demonstrated quite, you know, for me it's exemplary that I would like to mimic.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talked about self-doubt. I really, really wish to know, who do you mostly call when you need life advice?
So a few years back, it used to be my father.
Okay.
I come from a family of daughters, 5 daughters. Our mother passed away when we were just becoming young women. So we didn't have her to replace that, you know, who to call.
The gap, yeah.
Yes, and my father took that role very, very well and strongly. And now that he's passed away, it's been my sisters. So my sisters have been my closest for any kind of life advice. We're very closely in age, so our ages are the gaps are very small, so we're almost one age group. So that's who I call to for life advice. And of course, professionally, I've had mentors who I've also looked up to for life advice. We have a Dr. Zinat Khan, who has been one of my mentors. But also, without saying, or I could not leave out others who are actually males, who are in the profession that I also look up to. We have a very strong CEO in our organization who has been also exemplary and has been someone that I would go to for advice.
So, what would you say is your biggest achievement in life?
So I'm a mother, and my daughter is my biggest achievement.
Okay. And how old is she?
She's 6 years old.
Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Anna.
Okay. So, another question that I would like to know from you. What do you wish your career takes you in 10 years from now?
I'd like to see nursing as a science and nursing as an art working in tandem. I believe both collaborate together to deliver even better nursing care. The science aspect gives us the knowledge of the human body, what has gone wrong with the human body, what should we do, and the art aspect has the empathy, the caring, the compassionate side. So I see 10 years from now, and I hope 10 years from now, nurses to be smarter, to be science-oriented, to use a lot of evidence base in their practice, and to also take themselves and carry themselves as professionals to eradicate these implicit biases that we see or hear of.
What are the 3 pieces of advice that you would give to your younger self or your daughter right now?
I would say to her, work hard,
Yes.
believe in yourself, and enjoy what you do.
So before we go, on 8th of March is the Citizen Rising Women. We have this campaign, but it's a Women's Day. What do you have to say to women who are watching you right now? What message do you have for them? You can talk to them right there.
Okay, I'd like to say Happy International Women's Day. Let's break the bias, work hard, enjoy what you're doing, and most importantly, believe in yourself.
So that was it for today, guys. Thank you very much for being with us through this entire interview. I hope you have learned a thing or two from Miss Aika Mongi, who is the Nursing Director for Aga Khan Health Services, Tanzania. She has talked about a lot of things, her journey, and she has also given out advice for women and young female who want to achieve their goals in the future. So just to remind you that on 8th of March, we'll be at Serena Hotel for the Citizen Rising Women. So be sure to follow us on our social media platforms so that you get notification of everything that will be happening that day. My name is Anna Partners. Till next time, bye now.